headlines. We're taking a closer look at something you may have heard, maybe your teens talking about, maybe you've read about it. Vaping and teens, and is it safe? Local author, educator, and mom Amy Alamar is helping us navigate the sometimes difficult conversation to have, but one we need to have. Good morning to you, Amy. Thanks for coming in. I think, first of all, we have to educate ourselves. What is vaping?
Yeah, so, it used to be thought that this was some safe alternative to smoking because it was an e-cigarette and we didn't have that secondhand smoke. But it's actually inhaling, carcinogenic chemicals that are combined in there. And so there's a lot of research to be done on it, but there's a lot of concern about what we're actually inhaling. And it's an aerosol, so it's actually not vapors, it's an aerosol that we're inhaling. So we don't have that secondhand smoke, but we're still taking things, and it's often with nicotine, and now we're learning even with THC.
Who's doing it, and why is it so attractive?
So it's attractive for a lot of reasons. Well, first of all, teenagers are attracted to what we don't want them doing, right?
Teenagers, something different, something parents don't want them to do.
And they can hide it. But also, it's a way to be included in something, just like you might start smoking or picking up on any dangerous habit. So if you're lacking things to do or you're seeking a crowd, this is a way to get involved and included. But you can hide it really easily, which makes it easier to do.
Well, and that's just it. So if it's easy to hide, often it's in like a pencil case or something, and you may not think anything of it, or they'll have a really good excuse. Oh, it's a blah, 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 whatever they come up with. How do you know if your kid's doing it?
So, like with many things that we concern ourselves with, our tweens and teens, so it's happening with younger kids
tweens,
too.
Tweens as well.
We want to look for behavior changes. We want to look for sleep changes, maybe dietary changes. So if they're craving certain things, also if they're sneaking off a lot, maybe they've become addicted to something. So we want to watch their behavior more carefully because you won't always be able to smell it like you would with a cigarette.
Okay, so say now we know what it is. Now we know what to look out for. Maybe our kid's doing it. Then what?
Yeah, so your kid's doing it, and discipline's great, and consequences are great, and those will vary by family, but more important is the conversation about why is this happening, how did you get hooked into it, and what are we going to do to stop it? Because it's a teen's job to push the limits and to try new things and some really bad things. And it's our job to raise them to be independent thinking adults. So it's all about that conversation and helping them to reorient and make good decisions.
Well, and it's helpful because the schools are really on it as well. Our kids go to the same school district, and it was a very real thing. It is a real thing. The teachers are really good. They are on it. They now are pretty plugged in. They know what to look out for. We can't just leave it up to the schools, though, can we?
No, and the best thing you can do as a parent is if your kid is caught, stand by them, not to get out of it, but stand by them as they accept their consequence, because you want to help the school enforce that, because that's the only way you'll be able to crack down on it.
Kids are going to screw up. We have to expect that. We just have to know what to do when they do.
And teach them how to accept that and own it.
That's right. Good information. Amy, thanks so much for coming in, as always.
You're welcome.